I'd love to hear from you. What are considerations that you think leaders should keep in mind when they apply AI internally?
So some of those topics I just mentioned, like knowing where your data is. So don't just sign anything off. Don't just sign off proof of concept because it's easy. So understanding what data is being used for, understanding how people are being told the story about their data, and being transparent on that. Some organizations do, and some countries do use cases a lot better than others. So I'm half Kiwi Aussie, and when I sit in my old grandma's room and listen to the local news line at night, hearing from central New Zealand a story about a community using AI spoken by the person in the community saying, I'm using AI with the support of da 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 to improve my health, etc. etc. Fills me with great joy, but also surprise because we don't tell stories in, I say, the UK the same way. So AI is treated as something like it's something scary, which it is if you don't do it right. But it's a huge opportunity. We don't talk about the opportunities of AI. We don't talk about how it's improving. I mentioned societal impact. So knowing where we can treat disease better, or how it's actually at the forefront of of diagnosing. Or in my very old world UK hydrographic office, they were monitoring where sea kelp grew. So, for example, how to track the development of more biofuels. So, telling stories about AI in more tangible, real ways for people brings it to life. And then when you get on the personal info sort of side of things, leaders not only should be telling more stories about the opportunities and less balanced with the risk, but also understanding for that user the personal impact of that data and jumping on it when it's wrong. The comms, for example, from M&S was highlighted as a really good example from this. And I think that's another use case. So don't just sit on bad news, and openly learn lessons. I think is really important, but also understand um, how you're storing that data. Who's a data controller, who's a data processor, and if these terms are new, go and find out, because they're hugely exciting to know. When you do it right, you're improving the services for people. So for leaders, I'd say get involved, to experiment, and to understand some of the basic terminology that's out there, and go and find some great use cases to share with people.
Great, great. So it sounds like a key skill that you describe is the art of storytelling. So be able to describe the opportunities to bring people on a journey and, celebrate that success, but at the same time balance it out with a fairly good understanding of the risks involved with that technology. In particular, it sounds like you said data governance is an area that, especially in large organizations that are regulated, that's one you really need to be on top of.